Hi, this is Stuart from 3 Gears Studios, and today we are going to be borrowing the 10-minute take format from the TCAD podcast. So today's subject is going to be games that you can actually play through video casting formats like Zoom or GoToMeeting and things like that. So these are things that where you can go and come together and play them over these online services without too much difficulty on the owner of the game. So if there's just too much maintenance or you need 20 bajillion cameras, it's just not going to cut it. With no further ado, 10 minutes. Okay, so first off, we have a party game with ChooseOne, the great Maryland-based company, Looney Labs. This is a fantastic party game. I believe you're gonna have to go on the secondary market because I don't think it's available anymore. But of course, people can correct me if I'm wrong. And the nice thing about this one is this is a game where it is a chooser game, much like Apples to Apples. So you have one person whose turn it is to actually pick. They pick up a card. They show it. It's something like email versus chat, and people get to vote if it's email and chat. Particularly if you have something with a chat screen and just agree not to look at it, like Discord, everyone can enter in their answers, and then you can look at them all at the same time. So that's a fantastic one. And of course, with all the great pieces that they have, you can have a camera, even at a slant, looking at their fantastic board, because with this board, you can add excitement just by positioning the camera close to the winners, so that you can see the pieces approaching you as you go. So that's ChooseOne. Get this game back into its box before it eats up too much of my time, because next we have King Dominos. This one's gonna need a little bit of directions from the players as you play it, but I have to deal with my Japanese rules since we picked up this copy in Japan. But with the choosing mechanic that's basing around it, where you're moving your kings from one tile to another, you can easily have a camera positioned so that you can see the tiles that are being selected, and then people can pick those tiles. And instruct the person who owns the copy to arrange it in their board around their kingdom. So by saying, "Hey, to the left of the castle, turn it so that the desert is facing the camera," and you can easily show people how you want to move things around. So that's another one. Lots of perfect information with King Dominos, with a nice bit of randomness with what you draw, not what people keep secret from everyone else. Then Hive, like many abstract strategy games, Hive is a game that you can see all the pieces all the time. So again, a nice ceiling-mounted camera, which you can do with a pile of boxes and a weight on your cell phone, would be perfectly fine to be able to do that. Or rigging up something fancy, because I don't know about you guys, I've always liked putting things together with odd things around the house to make it work. But with Hive, each player has their own set of pieces that you can always see, and you can show the board and the pieces all together. Similarly, games like Onitama would also work, as well as the classics of chess, checkers, or to a lesser extent backgammon, since you have the dice rolling. Next, we're going to bring up Splendor. Haha, I've earned myself a little bit of time with all of this. Splendor, you all know, is a great game of gem dealing. But with that, you get the, 12 cards that are always visible. And so people can easily see from a camera what cards are available, what pile of gems are available, and they can tell the person with the game, hey, can you give me these gems? Or, hey, I'd like to buy that green card. I can see I have 5 red gems and 3 white gems. I'll grab that white card and build up their own tableau that way. So that's why we think Splendor would be great. Of course, there's not too much board clutter to make it so it's hard to read it. So Splendor's another great pick that we have. Finally on the list, and then I might have bought some time for some exposition. Azul. This one's probably the most complicated out of the games we picked, partly because you have to see the factories that the tiles come out on, as well as everyone's tableau, which are a little bit sizable. But with that, everyone can see perfectly what is available in order to be able to choose what they want, and they can say, hey, I want 3 tiles from that factory, or 2 tiles from that other factory. I want the red ones, I want the blue ones, or I want something from the center. And so that works out well. Busy games are a little bit more of a challenge because you got to take on a lot of different visual information, which is one reason why some of the runners-up that we passed on were things like Sagrada, where there's just a lot going on with the details on what's happening on the different cards, how much influence everyone gets, and trying to capture that information and the dice rolls all on the same camera. It gets very difficult. Some people suggested that you could take pictures of some of the cards beforehand to make it work, so people can read the cards when it's not their turn, and they can continue with it. But ones that we didn't feel would work so well were anything with a secret identity because it's hard to keep that secret when there's one person having to manage cameras and everything secretly on there. We also have heard of people, we also have some other games that we passed up on because they use the hand of cards. So Pandemic, however great the game is, because everyone has their own hand of cards that they have, and at least with the original rule set, which is the copy that we run off of, that one makes you keep the cards secret throughout the game, so you don't know what everyone else has, and that gets difficult. So you need an extra camera for each person, and not look at the cards as you put them up to make sure that they can actually see them. So that's like, what, a 5-card setup? Any games you think might work, the way you do it is you get one of these services, you put all the cameras you decide to use into the service, and everyone just calls into the Zoom meeting or the GoToMeeting, or even Discord chat would work, and just join in that way, and they can see what everyone's cameras look like, as well as each other's lovely faces. So that was my list. Haha, I still have 1.5 minutes left, so we'll see what we can do in this format in the future. Of course, if you like this video and if you like this content, please share, like, and subscribe to us. Ring that bell. You can also support us to make sure we can continue trying to put out this great video content for you on our Patreon, on 3 Gear Studios. And you can find us just about everywhere on the internet with 3 Gear Studios. Thank you very much. And with 40 some seconds left, bye for now.
A special thank you to our wonderful patrons on Patreon. You can join this list of awesome by donating to our Patreon page. That's Patreon/3GearStudios. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to 3 Gear Studios YouTube channel and hit the bell so you never miss a video. Thank you so much for watching.